And I think we're live. Seems like we're live. Best I can tell. There's the chat box. All right. Welcome. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday morning. See how people start rolling in. So, you probably saw, or hopefully you saw, that we did a poll this week. No viewers. That makes me wonder, are we really live? Doesn't that make you wonder?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe because you started it like really.
Oh, it says live now. And we are the only one watching. Okay. Still no viewers. We're being boycotted. I think. Huh. Wonder what's up.
Maybe they haven't gotten the notification yet.
Could be. Oh, 5. Now it says 5 watching. I wonder why there's no viewer count up on this. No, not 6 watching. Nothing in the chat. Why, YouTube? Why do you break things? Oh, now it says 7. Okay. I think we're catching on. Good morning. Good morning. Who's here? What's in the chat? I'm going to say hi in the chat just to make sure it's working. It seems funny that it's not. We don't have anything in the chat. There we go. Okay, it's working. Good morning. How's it going? Gerbil fits. There we go. Okay, Ash. Hey, hello, Ash. All right. People start trickling in here. From Namibia. Holy smokes. That's a long ways away. Hey, guys. All right, good deal. Thanks for tuning in. Malaysia, good noon. Romania, all right, there we go. Buenos dias, Charlie. How's Reynosa, buddy? I had some good tacos de cabeza yesterday. Oh, delicioso. All right, there we go. Now it's working. That was a weird delay. Oh, that was funny. Usually it pops up right away. Just took a few minutes, but now we're cruising. Okay. So there's my calendar. There's what I'm doing for the week, if everybody would like to know. Oh, man. Me and my secret information. I got none. Okay. So probably all of you that pop in this fast, were aware that we did a poll to see about topics for the live stream. So we're trying to make the most of the time in the live streams. We've done a great job. Mark M. and Alian have helped to put timestamps for topics on the last, I think we're back at least 5 videos probably that we have timestamped. So you can go back and check them out. And in the description, you can see what topics we talked about with a time. You just click that time. It takes you right to that part of the video. So that's going to make things a lot more effective. And then I wanted to make sure that we had some focused time, because you guys all know I get easily distracted, right? I will watch the chat and I will go from one topic to another so fast that I don't always finish the first topic, and then it's exhausting for me. It's hard. So we want to make sure that these live streams are as effective and as fun and useful as possible. So we decided let's look at a specific topic. So this was the poll from this past week, and it might be a little bit small for some of your screens if you're watching on your phones and such, but the topic that won, I don't know why it's all flashy, but the topic that won here was Lovelace. 28% of the people who voted, we had 117 votes, 28% said they wanted to see some stuff about Lovelace. So that's awesome. Speaking of distractions, are you still using my Xbox API to track the kids and yourself online? Who's Dr. Jekyll? Is that you were working with. Oh yeah, Dr. Jekyll. Oh yeah. I haven't been recently. I was, and then I haven't. I think I don't remember what was going on. It wasn't updating or something. But is it still going? That was a fun project. I loved that. I haven't been using it in a while. But see, there I go. YouTube, it says you will go on after 1 hour. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I think it might be because I set up that stupid event. Because I did set up an event in YouTube, and it's probably messed something up. So, anyways, let's get to the topic. Shall we get to the topic? What do you guys say? Lovelace time? Presence detection. Yes. Let's give you my rundown on future videos. The next video I'm going to do is alarm systems, and it's mostly done. Well, I have some filming to do, but it's mostly done. And then I'm going to do videos in packs of 3s from going forward. It makes it easy for me. I can write 3 scripts. I can film for 3 videos. I can edit. I can do it all, and it kind of plans things out, makes it nice for me. So the next group of 3, barring any major changes, is going to be presence detection with own tracks and maybe something else. I might be able to work something else in there, but definitely own tracks. I'm also going to do the next video. Well, a video in that pack 3 is going to be the HA switch plate, the Home Assistant switch plate that Luma made. And if you guys haven't seen it, it's that touch panel. You probably all seen it. Oops. HA switch plate. It's this guy. Super awesome. This is his little demo video. So I've got all the parts. I've got the PCBs. I've got everything I need here. And so I'll be building a bunch of these. And so we'll do a video about that, how you build it and how you set it up. And there's some other guys, like I know Jay After Dark's made some. And then, so we got own tracks. And then the Blink cameras, because Blink cameras, the new updated Blink camera app has made it super useful. Or not app, I guess it's the component for Home Assistant. We'll talk about that a little bit today too, because a big part of my Lovelace is my Blink cameras. So we're going to talk about that. And hopefully in the meantime, we'll be able to cover some of these in a lot of depth in a live stream, because I like to do, when I do the videos, I like to keep it focused, and so I don't hem and haw and hum around a lot. I just kind of get to it, and I cut out anything that's not really relevant. But in the live stream, I can just kind of hem and haw, right? I can make it a little bit more in depth. I can take a little bit more time. So, anyways, I will take 30 seconds right now and read some chat. Okay. Let's see. So, the Live 360. I do want to try Live 360, Gary. I got started with it. I haven't gotten very far, so maybe in the meantime I'll be able to do that. Created your own skill. Do a video for. Yeah, that's on the list at some point. Maybe that's something we can talk about on a live stream. Is how do you set up Alexa? Oops, sorry. She Who Shall Not Be Named, Amazon Echo, whatever, and Google Home if you don't use the cloud, if you don't use Home Assistant Cloud. So maybe we can start that out. So, all right. What else we got here? Speaking of distractions. Oh, good. There was some distractions. Good morning. All right, Germany, Poland. How's it going, everybody? And then I did want to say, there's a decent chance that I will do a second live stream later tonight. I know at least there's our good buddy Bobby in Japan, who always likes to tune in and has been very active in the community and such, but he hasn't been able to get to these live streams because when I do it in the morning like this, it's great for Europe, but it's bad for Japan. So I may do another one later in the evening tonight, just for kicks. Maybe we'll just continue on the same topic. So look at that. Germany, Poland, Croatia, Israel, Ireland, Norway. You guys are amazing. How did I get into home automation? Michigan kicked some butt yesterday. Yes, Phil, that was so awesome. So awesome. Revenge tour in full effect. It's awesome. Slovenia, it's 5 p.m. here. Yeah, so when I get on, so if it's 5 p.m. for you guys, like if I come you know, like after dinner, get back on it because it's only 10 a.m. for me. So 7 hours from now, you guys, it'll be the middle of the night, but it'll be good for some other folks in some other places. So I might do that. Okay. I will the Huskers almost won yesterday. That would have been a good one too. That would have been a good one. But anyways, they're exposing some weaknesses in those Buckeyes. So, and all you guys who don't watch college football in the U.S. from other parts of the world have no idea what we're talking about, but it's okay. Now, shall we get on to Lovelace? What do you say? Let's get on to Lovelace. Okay. And continue the chat all you want and help each other out. I'll try and peek up every few minutes and contribute a little bit, but I'm going to try and focus. Got it? Okay. So Lovelace. So raise your hand if you've used Lovelace. You guys been using Lovelace? If you don't, you probably know what it is. If you're watching this, you've seen Home Assistant. You've probably seen my earlier video about Lovelace. That would be in here. Let's find it. There, this one. Okay. This is a good getting started. Where is it? Oh, it's going to show me. It's not going to show all the good stuff. Dang it. Anyways, it's a good getting started video, and I don't want to spend today just repeating that stuff. So there's a lot of good basic stuff in there that if you're just getting started, then check out that Lovelace video. But on the basic end, what I do want to start with is how do you get started with Lovelace? Okay, so there's two different ways that you can get started. The first thing that you could do, if you wanted to, is there's an add-on for migration. And what that means is it'll take your existing user interface in Home Assistant and it will create for you a UI-lovelace.yaml file, and that it will categorize your groups, and it'll do the things that it'll take the things that you've already got in your normal or your previous user interface, and it will create this Lovelace file for you that then you can edit and tweak. It is a Hass.io add-on. There we go. So this is my development Pi. Oh, and I would recommend you can update to 81.5. Mine 81.2 broke a few things for me, so I was happy that this came out yesterday. That's part of why the alarm system video is a little behind, because it broke the alarm connected system that I use. So, all right, so add-ons. Well, let's see. I already have it, I think. Or did I delete it? Add-on store. You can go to the community Hass.io add-ons, and then there is somewhere in here, Lovelace migration tool. Okay, so if you wanted to do that, you just install this and then you run it, and it will create a Lovelace file for you. So that's one option. When you do that, it comes out okay. I'll show you what mine looks like here, because I did that for the development Pi here. Back up. Development config. And let's find, where's the Lovelace? Lovelace, there it is. Okay. And then we'll bring this over here. Okay. So this is what it creates. If you run that migration tool, it will create this file for you. It's this one, Lovelace, UI-lovelace.yaml, right? So when it does that, it'll tell you, hey, it was automatically generated by this Python script, and here you go. And this is what it made for me. Actually, what it made for me was really just this beginning, just this first part. And then this second part, starting here, was when we were doing that Maker Faire quest. I made it there. Oh, hey, man, thank you. I like your work. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that. It's good to know that people like it, and that's a great way to express it. I appreciate that. Thanks a ton. All right. So now, if you wanted to do the migration tool, this is what you would start with. The other option that you have is just to start with a blank file and just create a file you can just start up your new, you just new file and you just name it UI. Well, you got to name it up here, right? UI-lovelace.yaml, and you just start from scratch. Then what you have to do is you need to start, you give it a title, and then you have to start with views. Views are your tabs that you see across the top. So if you go into my main Lovelace, this is my main Lovelace file. We'll probably spend most of our time in the next little bit right here. My main Lovelace looks like, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? This is it. Okay, so this is my main Lovelace image. You can see my presence detection doesn't seem to be working. It says that I'm away, even though I'm obviously here. We'll have to figure out what's going on there. Anyways, I've got 4 views. So I've got this one that's got an icon of a castle that I call the office. I've got one that's cameras. I've got one that's the floor plan of the main floor of the house. And then one that's the floor plan of the upstairs of the house. If you go into my Lovelace YAML file, you see that the first view, so it's views, and then it's one indent and a dash, and then we've got office and it's the castle, and then there's a bunch of stuff there. Okay, then we're gonna go down here, and this would be the next one. One indent from the side, dash, title, and then cameras, and then it's got everything that's in there. Then we're gonna go to the floor plan. This is the next one. One indent, dash, title, floor plan. So these are each of those tabs at the top. Those are views. And I've got the last one is going to be the upstairs, which is right here. One indentation from the left, dash, title, upstairs, and there you go. Okay. I like having the icons. I like that you can take, instead of having a name for it, I could, if I don't put icon in here, then the tab up there would just say office. So if you want to do that, you can do that. Okay. Good. All right, you guys are having a good chat over there. And I see one thing that somebody said was, how do you set it for default? So the way you set it for default is you go on this main page of Home Assistant, and this is already my Lovelace, but it doesn't matter. You hit this info button, which is a great place to go. You should be spending a good amount of time here on the info because you get a lot of these messages that are important. A lot of the log stuff is on this page. And then right down here, it says try out the new Lovelace or set Lovelace as default page on this device. And so if you do that on the app on your phone, then it will show up with that on your phone. If you do it on one computer, then it'll show up that way. But if you do it on, if you don't set it to default on each device that you use, it will stay as the old one on the other devices. Make sense? So you have to hit that to get it to default, or else if you just come up here to the to this, all you have to do is after the port, you just type in Lovelace, and it'll take you to the Lovelace interface instead of the other one. And then you can bookmark this, right? If you wanted, just bookmark that. All right, Raspberry Pi just subscribed. Hello, Raspberry Pi. I love your computers. Okay. So that's basic stuff. I'm going to take 2 minutes now for chat. Let's see what we got here. Stefano says, did I already know about this? Let's look at it and see. Getting rid of your proprietary Zigbee bridges. Oh, I don't know anything about that. I don't have any Zigbee stuff. But I've heard of Zigbee to MQTT. I have heard of that. And I think that's a great idea. I think that's a fantastic idea. The less you can depend on anybody else's proprietary stuff, the better. Crazy thing is it works. Actually, all the lights work perfectly. Okay, good. You guys are chatting about something else. Am I on HAS.io or HAS.OS? I'm still on HAS.io. Can you believe that? I think I am going to go to HAS.OS pretty soon because I do need to upgrade my SD card in my Pi that's running Home Assistant because it's filling up. And I found that once it fills up, you can't do anything. You can't upgrade. I couldn't even restart. I had to delete my database completely because it was like 5 gigabytes. It was way too big. Where's the video for the floor plan for Lovelace? Okay, let's talk about the floor plan. So when we go back to my Lovelace, a couple of these pages here are floor plans, right? And they're not the prettiest. There are guys out there that have done better by far, but these are cool. You know, they're mine. I like them. So how do you get to this stage, right? That's the question. How do you get to this point here? Okay. I have a video for that. It is called, it's this one here. It's called, actually, I think I can share a link. Oh, look at that. Get a shareable link. Copy to the clipboard. Man, look at this technology. So that is how you draw. That's a software called Sweet Home 3D, which you can get for free. And then you can draw your floor plan. It's fairly simple. You just measure around your house, or if you have an old drawing, you know, a floor plan drawing, that if you were lucky enough to get that for your house, and you can draw it in this Sweet Home 3D program, and then you can render pretty nice looking pictures of it. Mine are the more cartoony version of the pictures. Where did it go again? Yeah. But you can get it rendered with like real lighting and textures, and you can really make it look cool if you want. So that's it's all in the video of how you do it. And now you got it. So there you go. This, I think, is one of the best parts about Lovelace. This I really like. I like this. It's nice to have some of this too, definitely. This sort of regular cards stuff. But I think this is the real meat of Lovelace. It's really awesome. Hey, Alien, what's up, buddy? When I did the horizontal stack with some gauges, it squished 3 gauges into the space of 1 card. Is there a way to have them full size? Possibly. Let's see. Let's go to my camera's view for a second, and you'll see this is what all my Blink cameras look like right now. And I've got them. If we go to the Lovelace, my Lovelace file for cameras, we can see I used horizontal stacks. Okay. So, and I did 2 per stack, but we can just, for fun, we can clip one out and put it in another one. This is one of the great things about Lovelace is you can take this. I'm just going to copy this out. I'm just going to cut that out. I'm going to add it here under this one. And then I'm going to save it. And then I'm going to go here and just refresh it, and it'll pop up. The changes will be there. I don't have to do anything else. There you go. So that's what it's doing. I think possibly, Gary, the thing that you need to do is you need to make it a panel. If you don't make it a panel, let's watch what happens. If I cut this panel out and I just comment this out, so now it's no longer a panel, save it. Panel means there won't be any borders, and it'll adjust like this. See how that adjusts? Okay. Now that I've made it not a panel, saved it, and when I refresh, it won't be a panel anymore, and it'll be kind of squished, and there'll be these big borders, and it'll kind of stay that same size. See that? For the most part, it stays that same size. So, if you want, that's how horizontal stack works. It's possible that what you want is not horizontal stack, or maybe what you've got in your horizontal stack is more entities than you intended, something like that. All right, let's put that back. Let's put this thing back together. I guess we can just undo it, huh? Control Z. There we go. All right, back to normal. Okay. Now we refresh. Or did I not save it? Did you guys see? Oh, I must have saved it. Okay, cool. I'm using VS Code. That is totally correct. That's it, the panel thing. Okay, good. Excellent. All right. Which cam for Home Assistant do I use? These cameras are all Blink cameras. I don't know if Blink, I'll give you a quick Blink link. Blink for Home. This is the company. You can get them. Amazon, I actually saw Blink is having a sale, I thought. if you watch for, yeah, and this is now an Amazon company, right? So Amazon bought this company a while back. They're kind of expensive. I got to say, they're kind of expensive. I think the good thing about the Blink cameras is that they are battery powered. So they take 2 AA batteries and that's it. And they last a while on that. Now, but they'll last a while if they're not being used. I'm going to start using mine more, and I'm going to see how well they last when I'm using them more and more. So if you want Blink, want to look at it. Yeah, the problem, do I have actions for Blink cameras? Let's see, hold on. Do I back up my Home Assistant file? Occasionally. Yeah, not a ton, but I do. I don't back it up when I change things anymore because it's rare that I've messed it up so bad that I couldn't open it up. Hey, C. Gray. I am well. Thank you, sir. All right. Do I have actions for my Blink cameras? Can you do anything with them, not even live view? Yeah, you can now. That's the great thing about it, Phi Served Pi, is that as of now, just with 8.1, with Home Assistant 8.81, sorry, you can. The new component for Blink will let you do a bunch of new things with them. So that's fantastic. Among the things that you can do, let's go to the services here. You can do trigger camera. That will take a new picture. So if we go trigger camera, and then in this part we do the JSON, and the format that it wants is name, and that will be the name of the camera. So for my office here, I've called it Mountain Room. And then, okay, so I'm going to take a picture with this camera. Okay. And now if we go back to, so it says service called, I saw the light come on the camera. So now if I go back here to my main Lovelace, and we look at, oh, no, I didn't go to Lovelace. We go to the cameras. Oh, it took it after? Did it take it? Oh, no, it didn't. Let's see. It needs to update. Oh, I need to update. So you take the picture, and then I think you have to update. So it usually does that. That's weird. It usually, last time it was doing it. This is new. Then you go Blink. You can go Blink update, call service, and it will now grab whatever the newest pictures are, and it will put them here in your interface. So what you couldn't do before like that, like take a picture, you can do before. There you go. So that was me when it took the picture a second ago when I was waving at the camera. All right. And what I just did that was actually working, surprisingly, was I just made a script. That's the development one. We don't want that one. I just made a script so I can push a button and it will update all my cameras. So check it out. This is all going to be part of the Blink cameras video at some point, but since we're talking about it, where's my scripts? There it is. So this is it. It's a script that just says, here's the sequence of things to do. Blink, trigger camera, garage, basement, front yard, backyard, toy room, piano room. I think I have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. So when I go to my interface, my main overview here, I've got a script right here that says Blink update. And if I hit that, now when we do this, let's see. I'm not going to watch it, but eventually that will do it. And when we go back to the cameras, it will have given us, it sometimes takes a minute, right? With the thing with Blink that's not great is that you do have to rely on their servers, right? So everything that I do has to get updated to them and then come back to me. And so it takes a few minutes sometimes. So they're not ideal. They're good for places where you can't, you see, it still hasn't updated. They're good for places where you haven't, where you don't have a place that you can put a wire. And they do have some waterproof ones and stuff. Before I got too much into a lot of the home automation stuff was when I bought those Blink cameras. And I do like them for a lot of things, but not a ton. Not a ton. They're not perfect, but they're good. They're good for what they are. And since I have them, I'm happy and I'll keep using them. But I'm still searching for the best camera because you can't activate a live view from here. You can. Okay, so see there now it's updated and updated to the back of my head, and I'm trying to see the front yard with the truck. Yeah, so everything's updated now. Everything. So this is an example of one. The reason that Blink is so nice is because like this camera is in a tree. It's in a tree by the sidewalk in the front of my house, but I wanted one that's going to show the front of the house. So there you go. I did it. I put a Blink camera out there in the tree, and it's waterproof and it runs on batteries. And I can get in here, the battery life. So it tells me here the battery life, backyard battery life, 93%, front yard battery life, 93%. All right. So now we got way off of Lovelace. But I mean, only sort of, right? Let's look at the Lovelace. Let's look at the camera page for Lovelace. Okay. We'll close that script. We'll go to this where I did the views for the cameras, and we'll show you how you do that because there's a few different ways. So what's this? Oh, that's 64. That's the wrong one. This is the right one. That was my development pie. All right, we're gonna look at cameras. Okay, so for mine, I made it a panel. We talked about that so that it doesn't have those edges and it can really expand and shrink with the screen. I made a vertical stack so that they would stay on top of each other. And then inside that vertical stack, I have horizontal stacks so that I could define which one is next to which one. So by doing a vertical stack, I'm saying I always want this horizontal stack right here to be on top. And then this one, everything from here to here, will be below it. And it will stay in that order. Okay. And then inside of a horizontal stack, you have to have, or you can have, I will have this one always on the left, the backyard camera, and the garage camera always to the right of the backyard camera, always. So they won't ever rearrange from that. So that's a good way that you can just sort of fix them in their correct place. All right. Now let's look at what Home Assistant says we can do with that card type, which is, if you look at the card type, we've started with our view. We've defined a vertical stack so that we have them fixed in a place we want to do it. Otherwise, it'll just kind of put them wherever it thinks they should go, or maybe it puts them in the order, but that'll rearrange them right. It'll put them next to each other sometimes and below each other other times, depending on how wide your screen is. If you've adjusted your browser window. So if you do this, it'll fix them in place. But then when we get down here, we're finally going to define our card type. Okay. And in this case, for a camera image, your card type is picture entity. Well, this is a different one. We'll talk about that one too. So let's go to Lovelace Home Assistant. And everything that you want to know, again, there's a lot of stuff in the video. I don't want to try and repeat too much stuff, so we'll cover some new stuff here. But these are all the card types. So what you want to do when you're starting out in Lovelace, get your basic, UI-Lovelace YAML file, and then start experimenting with these. And again, one of the greatest things about Lovelace is that you can experiment freely, and you're not going to screw anything up. It's not going to break your Home Assistant. If it doesn't work, it won't work. It'll give you a red error box. Maybe we'll cause a few of those here. But when you get that red error box, you just try adjusting it. Change some things around. Look closer at what you did and see what you did wrong and make some changes, and then just save and start again. Save and refresh your browser, and then it'll go from there. It'll correct without screwing anything up. So if we go down here and we're going to go to picture entity, that's this one here. Okay, so there's the variables that you can do with picture entity. Now, one thing, we have to have a type, which is picture entity. We have to have an ID. If you have, what I'm using is a camera, right? But because I used a camera entity, my entities are called cameras, right? These are cameras. So then I don't have to define a camera image. But what I could do is I could set a different entity. Like I could set a light. And let's see, should we try that? Should we try that? So if I set, let's add one to this vertical stack, or let's replace this one for now. We're going to replace this one. We'll just comment this guy out, and we'll add another one here. We'll do type again, and we'll do picture entity. And then the entity this time, let's do a light. So we'll do switch office light. Okay. And now we're going to do a camera image. And we're going to make the camera image. Let's look at look at the format it wants. Camera image, camera entity ID. All right. So let's use the camera image from my office camera here, which is this mountain room camera. So this is the entity ID for that one. So we'll copy that and we'll put it right here. Okay, and let's see what else we can do. We could change the state image, so we could set an image for when it's on or when it's off or when it's unavailable or whatever. We could give it a different name. We could decide whether we want to show the name or not show the name. Here's an important one, tap action. The default is more info. So if you tap on it, it'll just give you the more info screen. I don't want that. I want the tap action to be toggle. So I'm going to do tap action toggle. Okay. And oh, this is new. This is cool. Hold action. Oh, hold action. Something to tell you about hold action. I don't remember where it wrote this down, but so you can now let's see. I'll get back to reading chat in just a second. I see there's some good stuff to chat about. Rob's asking me a question. Alian's trying to get my attention, so I'll pay attention to that in just a minute. Let me finish my thought. So the difference between tap action and hold action. So when you do so you can now do two functions. Okay, we've seen this in Tasmota, right? We've seen examples of this. Rob's done examples of this. Travis did examples of this. So you push a button and you hold it, and it gives you another MQTT topic, and you can then assign that to a new action. So you can have one action when you touch a button, and you can have a different action when you hold the button. So far in Lovelace, when you do that, you only have a few options for your actions. More info is one. So you click on it, and that's kind of the same. It just pulls up the block card, and it'll show you how, the states that it's been in, and it probably will give you a button to toggle it. Okay, so that's one option. Another option is to navigate. And I don't know if it's every card type, but you can navigate, meaning it would take you to another page, okay, of Lovelace. So you click on that and it will take you to maybe the other floor plan or to a different set of cards on a different page. So that's navigate. Toggle is going to be the most common one, I would think, especially for things like lights and such. And then the other one is call service. So you can call a service to say, when I tap this, I want it to, play a song or whatever, go to a playlist or any action you want. Open the garage door, close the garage door, do whatever. Important thing to know, though, is that when you do tap action and hold action, you can't do two different services. So you can't have a tap action that calls a service to play a song, and then a hold action that calls a service to close the garage door. That won't work. It uses the same, when you define that, it uses the same service information for tap action and for hold action. So maybe they'll fix that in the future. Maybe they'll be able to expand that. But for now, what you'd have to do is, for example, have a tap action be a toggle, and then have a hold action be a call service. Does that make sense? Okay, let's see. All right, I want to see some of that Photoshop magic where they do one static picture with transparent PNG on top to show the lights on and off. Let's see what this does. It was doing it by default in the past. Like this, where's this one example we were just looking at? this example right here, it used to do this. Like it would give you do a picture and then you'd hit that and it would just go black and white. So we're going to see, like I haven't experimented with this. So we're going to see, and we'll come back and we'll do hold action on this in a second. So I'm just going to save it. And then we're going to go to my Lovelace here and we're going to refresh it. Oops, this isn't Lovelace. This is not my beautiful house. What song's that? Come on. You guys know it. Okay. Okay, so there we go. So the office light on, let's click it. Nope. Doesn't change the picture, but the light did go off, right? You could see that in the screen. The light went off. Okay. So then what you'd have to do, this is painful. What you'd have to do, that's with this, so that's with this state image. I had that done before. How did we, there was examples. Oh, here we go. State image on and off. Oh. So what you'd have to do, Rob, you have to get that, you know, an image that you want. It's kind of painful. I wish they would go back to just like somehow graying it out, but I don't know. Same with a single picture of a desk when you can click the different parts of it and it dynamically changes parts of the image using a PNG transparency. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, it's a lot of work. I mean, you can put a lot of work. I could see why some people get intimidated by Lovelace because, you know, you start getting into a lot of this and these files can get big and long and complicated. But if you're, you know, the more you do it, the better you get at it, the easier it'll be. So this is an example of where I used the state image. And what I did was, this is back on my floor plan here. So what I did was this guy here. So this is, oh, if I click on this, it changes this and it turns on some lights. Okay. But it's not, it doesn't do anything when I turn them off. I have to turn them back off a different way. This was just as an example, but what that did, that whole thing is this right here. That's this. So it's an image. The entity is my office test light. So this is my RGB LED strip in my office that I've been using forever for testing. So what I did was when I tap it, I do a call service. Oh, let's add it. Let's add it. Oh, we can't. Test lights. Oh, I can do a toggle. Tap action. Oh, that's great. Let's do this. Watch this. Let's do hold action. This should work. Hold action, toggle. Okay, that'll work. Maybe. Now, so when I tap it, it's going to do input select, select option, select LED effects, hail to the Victors. That's the maize and blue lights. And then I've got a different image for when it's on and when it's off. And so now, if I refresh this, if I hold it, it should turn them off. Let's see if it works. It worked. Yeah, it even worked live. How about that? So yeah, as far as what Rob's asking about with the, you know, being transparencies, that would be super cool. You know, there's some, if you go, I don't know, Lovelace examples, there's some guys that have made some beautiful stuff. Lovelace Home Assistant examples. Curated list of amazing. Yeah, this is that awesome. So let's go to awesome. Oop. Home Assistant, awesome. All right, so let's see. What do we got here? This is Frank's awesome list of a bunch of stuff. These are custom cards. Components. Yeah, I was hoping that there was going to be a cool list of what people have seen. How to set up, share, plan, documentation. Where's the... I don't know where it is. Anyways, there is an example. I don't know where they went. Sorry, guys. Right off, like, have a hard time finding these. Lovelace. I just want some better examples. Anyways, find what you see if you can share it with us, Rob. Show us what you got. Show us what you saw. But yeah, it's definitely going to be some Photoshop magic to get that done. For me, this is a lot of work to get here. And then one unfortunate part too is if you move this underlying image, then everything is in the wrong place all of a sudden. So, woof, that's tough. All right, tell me about what else you want to see on Lovelace. We can go through. So we did tap action, we did hold action. We were looking at the cameras. One of the things I was going to do, and I took it out briefly, was my button for my updating based on the pictures. So I wanted a button. That will be that would snap a picture of all my cameras. So to do that, my idea was to find just find a picture, set it next to the rest of my cameras, and then when I click on it, it would run that script. And so that's what I had started here with this picture. This is just a nice picture of the backyard that I took a long time ago, that where there was a really cool rainbow. So we can save this, and then if we go back here and refresh this, migration tool. Okay, so now so what I want to do here is assign an action to this here. So that entity is just a picture. That entity card, if you look at what type it is, where are we at? Right there. It's just a picture. So here it's just a picture, but you can assign some things to it. You can assign a navigation path so that it will go to a different page of Lovelace. That's nice. Or you can assign it a service to call. Okay. So for what I want to do is I want it to call the script service. So let's go here and see what the script, I think it's probably just toggle. I haven't run very many scripts. So I can set it to, let's see, do I want to set it to script? Yeah, I think, so what I want is, I wonder if I can just do that. Can I just do that? I don't know. Would I need any service data? I didn't know that. So that's the name of the service. That's not an entity. Interesting. Okay, well, this is something I'm learning on the fly. So wonder if I could just say, after this, if I could just say, let's see, how did they word it? Tap action. So service and then service data. I'm just going to try service and then just put that and without any data and see what happens. We're just going to try things and see what happens. Script blink update. Is that what I called it? Most likely this isn't going to work. I got a feeling it's not going to work. What do you guys think? Is it going to work? I don't think so. Oh, it looks like I can click it. No. Nope. Nothing's... Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, it worked. Huh, it did call the service. Oh, and it called it twice. Oh, wow. Okay. So that worked. Huh. Oh, look. Oh, my gosh. Now what's happening? It's updating these cameras probably. Oh, man. Something broke. It can't get a new picture from my office for some reason. We broke it. Mission accomplished. Oh, no. There we go. It's back. Okay. So these are probably updated pictures now. These should be all new pictures. Cool. That worked. Why do I not use Home Assistant themes? Oh, I could use Home Assistant themes. Let's show you. Where did that end up going? You guys remember? Oh, it's up here now. So if you go up here to Home Assistant, you can click on your user profile here. And then if you have some themes, I don't remember where these are. I have to look. We'll look right now. Then I can just select a new theme. I sometimes do. I like to do it, but I also like things to look consistent, like when I'm doing the videos. So if whoa, what's this? Oh, that's language. I picked language on accident. So there's Christmas. Yay, jing, jing, jing. Except for it's not ready for Christmas, is it? We shouldn't do Christmas yet. Should we? I don't know. What do you guys like? PMX Moonlight? Let's do Christmas. That'll be fun. Maybe themes is something that we can do on another stream too. So if I do that, I'm trying to remember where these are. Let's look and see. I'm sure are they in here? Oh, yep, there you go. That's it. So if you just grab, you'll have to search through the forums for these. But people have made these different themes, and they're really pretty simple for the most part. It's a YAML file, and then you define a bunch of things. You could even take one of these and just change it up. Just change the name of it, change these colors for the different parts of it, and save it and make it your own. That's easy. And then you just put it in this config themes folder, and then it will show up on your list when you click up here, right there. Isn't that awesome? I wonder if this changed the icons. Some of these themes, they change the icons so that they're like skulls and stuff for Halloween, but I don't see it changing any of those on this one. Not this. Hi, always late. All right, let's see. Where are we at? Share the love. Thank you very much. There's some examples. Ooh. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, where you just do that. So, man, that is some tricky business. You can do that with Sweet Home 3D, which actually honestly looks like that's what they did on this picture. What you have to do is when you're rendering your picture, you can toggle the lights on and off. So in Sweet Home 3D, you can set lights in there, and I've done it all on my laptop, and I don't have a way to hook up my laptop to the stream right now, or I would show you. But essentially what you would have to do is you render your floor plan with all the lights on, and then you turn off, that light, and you can, and in that corner, and then either you can probably render the whole thing again, but then you'll just have to crop out that section and then overlay it just right on top of everything else. Tricky business. But yeah, you can do it. Oh, what's this? Hallway overlay PNG. I don't know what this is about. Oh, I see. So this is just saying what he's done. These are the images that he used, explaining how he did it. Image filter. Oh, okay. So all he did was change the opacity. Oh, look at that. So he didn't do what I thought he did. Image, light hallway. Interesting. So he did place them on top of, he did place them where they should have been. So what he has here, this looks like it's a, one image, but it's actually cropped. It's actually 3 different images, right? Yeah. Maybe he has a floor plan image underneath. Yep. So he has a floor plan image underneath. Oh, okay. And then all he has on top here is just a gray. Very simple. I gotcha. Golly. I'm trying to make things harder than they are, aren't I? That's what I just did. In my mind, I made this really complicated, and it's not. So you just have a floor plan, and then over the top of the floor plan, you just have a black box. And then you just use the opacity, the state filter, so that when it's off, you turn the opacity up, right, to 50%, so it darkens it. And when the light is on, then you turn it, you turn the opacity down so it's essentially bright. That's genius. That's very cool. All right. Sweet. All right. Matt says, talking about Lovelace layouts, cannot create a vertical stack of 2 media players. Any idea what the problem could be? I don't know. Let's look at mine because I do have, I don't have 2 media players. Let's see what I have. Let's try it. Shall we, Matt? Let's just try it, and we'll see if we can screw up my Lovelace, and if we can, maybe we'll solve your problem in the meantime, right? All right. So we'll do it on this page since I don't have any vertical stack stuff here. Oh, because I had changed it. I had it on this page. And my mountain room camera's giving me, whoa, look at that thing. It's like half. Douche. What happened here? It's like half rendered or something. It's probably because I hit that button twice, that script button. All right. Now let's go here. Let's go to the Lovelace file. All right. Now I wonder, I think you may have to have a vertical stack, maybe something you need to define right at the beginning. But we'll see. We'll try it. So do I already have a media player here? Volumio? Yep. Okay, so let's see if we can do, when you do a vertical stack, let's walk through this. We'll make sure we do it right. Vertical stack. Okay. All right, so we're going to move this over a little. And we'll say, what is this? Entities cover. Oh, this is my development board. So we'll do it. We'll do it on this one. I gotta be careful. All right, there it is. Media player. This one didn't end up working. This was an interesting experiment that hasn't worked. You're supposed to be able to make a media player that makes a media player out of wherever you're viewing Lovelace. Great idea. I haven't got it to work yet, but that's this custom audio card and the HTML5 player. So something to look into, but not something that I can explain to you how to do since I haven't done it correctly. All right, so we're going to start with a new card here. We're going to say type vertical stack. And then we're going to define the cards. And then I can make this one of them by just indenting it. Oops, wrong dent. And let's see, it looks like I might want to go one more. Okay. And then let's do another media player. We just go type media control. Is this what you're doing, Matt? Is this what you tried? Let's find them. I don't know what my media player names are, so we'll have to go here and find media players. Media player, Amazon Office. Okay, we'll do that one. Media player, Amazon Office. Okay, we'll see what happens. I don't really know what this is going to do. May work perfectly, may not. What do you think is going to happen? Should we vote? Is it going to work or is it not going to work? Okay, there they are, right there. So let's see, Matt. What were you trying to do? Talking about this. What were you trying to do there, Matt? What do you think? Yeah, exactly. But it was kicking back an error saying it couldn't define the object. Interesting. Well, compare yours to this right here. Oops, it's behind my head. You can't really see it. Sorry about that. That's what happens when I'm not looking at the stream. So try that and see that, or look at what yours is and shoot it to me real quick, and we'll peek at it and see if we can figure it out. So I found this line. Oh, you guys are talking about stuff. I see your colors. I changed the top background, another color. The problem is the colors of the text are the same as the top. Okay. Can't see the code. Yeah, sorry guys, I had it behind my head. This is an experiment. Today is a live stream experiment where we are. I'm trying to cover a topic instead of just kind of ramble. So far, give me some feedback. What do you think? I've covered I couldn't say I've covered Lovelace. I've worked on Lovelace while we've been sitting here and done a lot of things, but exposed. What's exposed? Something bad? Oh, I'm an anesthesiologist. Yes, I am. Elian, you scared me. I thought maybe I had a password leaked or something. Hopefully I don't. Whatever. Anyways, what do you guys think? You've been much more focused. Is that a good thing, Rob? I hope that's a good thing. I don't know. It's been tricky for me. I'm just giving you my experience now. Like my feedback about this is I like it because I can focus on something, but I don't know if I went very in depth. I feel like I kind of bounced around even with just talking about Lovelace. But hey, if this is good, if we can say, oh, we're gonna have a live stream about blah, and it's okay, we do it kind of like this, then great. I mean, what I don't want to do is bore anybody. I don't want anybody to watch and go, oh, he's talking about something I don't care about, and move on. I guess that's going to happen. But anyways, just understand, you can't do live stream from the cameras in Home Assistant. Not from the Blink cameras, you cannot. But from other cameras, you definitely can. Yeah, definitely can. All right. Once a month, do a free-for-all. Okay. So I'll tell you what I'll do this afternoon. Like if I come back on this afternoon, after dinner and such, we'll do a free-for-all. Okay? Then we'll just go whatever. Do whatever. Good afternoon from the UK. Ever set up the windy panel? I don't know what the windy panel is. Let's look at, I want to show you a couple other things that are new in Lovelace. If you haven't been working with Lovelace for a while, there are some things that are new. So here we are back to focusing on Lovelace, right? Some of the new things that weren't there initially, alarm panel is one of them. And we're going to set up an alarm in this next video. But when you have an alarm, having the alarm panel like this in Lovelace is really nice, really cool. You can also do it in HA dashboard, and that's new. It used to be a custom card, not anymore. Conditionals are not new. We've done conditionals before. Entity button. This one's new, and I like this one. I think this one is pretty cool. So we're going to do, oh yes, and here's oh good. Oh, this is a great example. Okay, ready? We're going to get some learn on. All right, we are going to do a new button. We're going to do an entity button. What should we use? Oh, I know exactly what we should use. We need garage buttons. Okay. I need garage buttons, and I need them front and center right here, because on my phone, when I pull up the app and I've got Lovelace set as the default, I don't have an easy way to open and close the garage doors. And honestly, most of the time, at least when I'm in my wife's car or the truck or something doesn't have the automatic door opener anymore. She doesn't want it because it crushed her car. But that's another story. Anyways, I want to be able to get to my garage door openers quickly. So let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so we're going to go right to the top of this one. And right here, instead of this entities card, the first card we're going to put here is going to be a couple of these buttons. So let's look at these. We're going to go buttons, entity buttons. Okay, so the type is entity button, and then we define the entity. That's easy enough. Type entity button, and then entity. That's all we have to call it, right? We don't say entity ID, we just say entity. Yeah. Okay. And then the entity will be, where did it just go? There we go. Cover.double. My wife's garage door is the double wide garage door, so that's her garage door. And then we're going to do another one. We'll do one for me. This is a throwback to the days when I didn't name things very effectively when I was learning. My garage door entity name is just test because I was testing it. And then I just left it because now it's in a bunch of automations and stuff and I don't want to go change it. Okay, so that's it. Bing, just like that. Nothing else to it. We're going to go back to Lovelace and refresh. And we should have 2 new buttons right there. Ta-da! Ooh, you know what we need to do? Let's make them a horizontal stack, though. Let's make them a horizontal stack because I want them to be next to each other. So we're going to take these 2 things. We're going to indent them like that. Right here, we're going to add a new type. You guys still learning? Is this good? Horizontal stack. And then we're going to say cards. And that should do it. You think that's going to work? I don't do that on the fly very often. Usually I'll go back and check. So we'll just see if it works. I'm trying to get us to show up an error. There we go. Okay, so now the default. So let's look at what the entity button does. Okay. Tap action is optional. You don't have to do anything. The default is more info. Oh, look at that. So if we just touch this, all it's going to give me is more info. So it'll pull this up and then I can put it up or down. That's not really what I want, right? What I really want is I want the tap action to be toggle. When I tap it, I want it to open or close. Okay. So under each of these, I'm going to put tap action toggle. Just like that. Just copy that. Do it down here as well. Okay. I'm going to save it. And here and refresh it. And now, we don't mind opening the garage door, right? So let's tap it and it will open the garage door. And it should change the state of this icon once the garage, for me, it's when the garage door gets to the top. So give it a few seconds and it should pop up there with a different state of the garage door. Yes, there it goes. Okay, so now my garage door is open. And if I want to close it, I can tap it again and it'll close. Beautiful, that's awesome. Pro tip, Visual Studio Code, highlight the entity, edit, replace, and file, update entity, and will modify all your automations. Oh, that's duh. Find and replace. What is wrong with me? Man, not very smart sometimes. The 3 little dots on the right of the screen, the Lovelace at the top, click them, then refresh. Saves loading the page again. Oh, very nice. Thank you. Thank you, Seagray. I did not know that. Hi from Puerto Rico. Love my videos. Thank you. I love my videos too. Okay. But now, let's go back to button for a second and let's see. Here we go. This is important. Hold action. Do we want a hold action on the garage doors? Would there be a useful hold action for the garage doors? Probably not. Not that I can think of. But I could, right? Because I set the tap action to toggle. So now I could set the hold action to call service, and then I could define a service, and have it do something else. Maybe I should do, what could I do? What would be useful? More info to see when they were last opened. Yeah, sure. We can just do more info. Okay. Well, then maybe what we want to do, is make the, yeah, sure, let's do that. We'll do hold. Was that one of the options? Was that one of the options? More info? Yeah, more info. Okay, great. We'll do that. Hold action, more info. I love this hold action thing. This is new. I haven't messed with it, Lovelace, in a while, but so I don't know exactly when it started, but it's cool. I like it. Okay, save that guy, And now we're going to do Seagray's little tip, and we're going to refresh. And is that all I have to do? And now it's ready. So now if I hold it and let go, more info. Oh, I love it. Love it, love it. It's safer to toggle later if you clicked by mistake. Yeah, I think Odo, that's what I hesitated. I think probably what I want to do is switch those two, right? So that you have to hold it to get it to open, so that you don't hit it by mistake. So let's just switch these two. We'll make this one more info. I know. I could do this faster. I know. Okay, there you go. All right. And then refresh. I like that. Thank you. Okay, so cool. And did you notice? So when I click on it, you can't see because I'm for a touchscreen, but when I click and then I hold it, see that purple circle shows up, and it doesn't do anything until I let go. So when that purple circle shows up, then you know, okay, I've been holding it long enough, and then you let go, and now it'll call the service. Yeah. Okay, awesome, man. Emergency stop, in case of crushing the wife's car. Yeah, that would have been a good idea. Oh, man. Try this. Ooh, button guard. Is this a new one? Oh, I think this is it. Yeah, this is the button. I think this is what they did, right? Is this what they used? Oh, and you can change the colors and all this stuff. Sweet. Yeah, it does. Did I see that in there? You can change theme. I thought I saw, I would expect that things with style, you could change, you could change the icon. That's cool. If you wanted a different icon. So I think this entity button card is pretty neat. So what that's going to do for you, obviously what it just did for me, but you can make it so that, oh, look, it made it bold. Oh, that's cool. We're going to hold it. Now it'll close. Love it, man. Love it. Does it change the cover icon to open? It sure does. Yeah, it just did. Yep. And then see, it just changed it. Yeah, my garage was open, but now it's closed. That's great. Once again, I just got notification for the live stream 70 minutes after it started. Let me tell you what happened there, Paul. That is my fault, like most things. What happened there was I set it up as an event to trigger at 10 a.m. But there was a time change, right, last night for me. I don't know if every state does this or whatever, but daylight savings last night. So I think that's why it was an hour delayed, because Alian even told me as soon as I did it, as soon as I said this is going to happen in an hour, and we started the stream, there was a notice that said the stream would start an hour later than it had actually already started. So, but we'll hang out for a few more minutes, Paul. We'll give it we'll hang out at least another 20 minutes. How's that sound? So that was fun. So I'm happy. This was great getting those worked out. So let's go back. I want to look at more of these new entities. So they did take some of what's happening. My wife is running around in the field out there. That was weird. I look out the window and we have a kind of a park in the backyard. I look out the window and my wife is running, like chasing something. I don't know what she's chasing. Maybe somebody's dog got out. She's helping him. Huh. That'll be a fun story to tell later. Anyways, thought it was YouTube's fault. Wasn't venting toward you. Just interesting. Oh no, I don't worry about it, Paul. You can't hurt my feelings. Don't worry about that. We're buds. No, I'm venting towards YouTube as well. Did I let the cat out? I don't. Oh, maybe when I open the garage door. We don't have a cat, but we do have neighborhood animals that get around. I wonder what she was doing. She looked very stressed. It'll be interesting to see when I talk to her again what it was she was doing. Okay. All right. So let's look at some of these. So Gauge. Let's look at Gauge. So Gauge was used to be a custom card, and it no longer is a custom card, which makes it really nice. So we can put gauges. What would be a good gauge? Temperature gauge is a good one. We could do... let's think about what kind of sensors. Do you guys want to see a gauge card, or is that not that interesting to you? It's pretty simple. Let's move on to something else, since I'm gonna limit us to another about 20 minutes, and then maybe we'll come back on later tonight. Fiserv Pie, you're a good brother. Thank you, man. Gosh, you guys, I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, wives normally don't run. Yeah, they chase toddlers. We don't have any more toddlers. I need batteries on my Blink camera. Yeah, I need a camera. I'll get there. I'll get there someday. I'll get a swivel, camera, waterproof out back, so that we could have watched what she's doing. Natamo public sensors. I have not. They're supposed to work even when you don't have your own. Natamo. I've heard of the brand, but I don't know much else about it, Wolfie. I don't know much else about it. Let me show you another thing. What did I think was really cool that I saw? Oh, yeah, we got to talk about the thermostat, right? I even had specific requests. I don't remember if this was Leanne or somebody else. Oh, good. I wanted to watch so the wife could drive. Nigel's on the way to the casino, but the wife wanted to drive. Completely crashed. No! Can you have a button to take you to different parts of the page? You can. I'm getting distracted, but I'll pay attention to chat for a few minutes because I haven't done that. So recommendations for swivel cams. Man, there's a few. I'll tell you what. One of the newest things that I'm excited to try, and that hopefully I'll get a chance to try pretty soon, is these Wise cams. The new Wise cams. I guess they're not that new, but there's this Wise Cam Pan. Look at that, man. $40. $40 for a 1080p pan tilt, night vision, two-way audio. What the heck? How do they do that so cheap? You'll want to change the firmware to something that'll work with Home Assistant, because Wise by itself won't work with Home Assistant. And then you'll probably need, if you're going to have several of these, you'll have to have a different way to process it. But anyways, I'm excited to try these. I can tell you, this isn't what I have. Oh, you have one, Rob, and it's crappy? You have one of these and it's crappy? It crashes all the time. Oh, well. So much for that. Let me tell you about my Amcrest camera. So I have a couple of these. One's an Amcrest and one's a Foscam, which is just a similar brand. But I have the 4K ones. But watch as we get close to Black Friday here coming up, you'll see sales on these. Oh, look, see, I purchased one of these in July. And I don't remember how much I paid for it, but I feel like I paid a little bit less than that. But anyways, these are nice. I like these. They're responsive. I haven't had it crash. I do have a network problem with it right now that I haven't fixed, but these are good. I like these. And I think for the price, if you think about, okay, well, this one is now 70. The one we were just looking at was 40, but what if this one actually works, right? Instead of the other one. You mean this? Let's look and see what Wolfie says. Public sensor allows you to expose data from Netatmo to Home Assistant, even if you don't have a Netatmo device yourself. So you get these. Where do you get this information? Where does it come from? Huh. I haven't tried this, but I will. That's interesting. So this. Will this get it from other people close by then? Does it just try and find people that are really good or that are really close? Digo camera, pan tilt, 920p, two-way radio, four of them for 40 euros at Banggood. Woo, really? Banggood is always begging me to pick more products. They always want me to. It's a double-edged sword. It's nice, right? That somebody will say, oh, hey, here's some free stuff. But boy, every time when they give you something, they want you to show it off pretty quickly. They don't like waiting. So this is what you have. Something like this. I'll link that. Please check my email, Richard. Okay. And then I got distracted again, but then I'll get back to it. I know I'm opening my email on stream, whatever. Side of friend Lowe's by you. cool. Yeah, that is cool. So especially since I have several Volumios. Okay, I'll check this out, dude. I'll check it out. I'll read it, and then that'll be fun. I'm very, very excited about whole home audio. This is a good idea. Raspberry Pis, amplifiers, speakers. Nice. Cool. Okay, let's get back to Lovelace and do the thermostat. Somebody was saying, oh, thermostat. All right. A couple weeks ago, they were on sale. Yeah, I'm sure they'll go on sale again too. Okay, I'm going to ignore chat for a minute. Doesn't mean you guys should stop chatting. You should chat with each other and help each other out. But link, please. Which link? Which link? Which link, Lewis? All right, we are going to go to, why is it still bolded? That's weird. Oh, it went away. All right, thermostat in Lovelace. So there was a thermostat card, again, which was a custom card, and it seems like what they're doing is they're taking some of these custom cards. Oh, for the Volumio install? Oh, you got it. Sorry. Here we go. Bingo. Have fun with that. That's a good time. Link from the email about the, yeah, sorry guys. You know me. It's hard to pay attention sometimes. All right. So thermostat cards. So there was a custom card, and now it's no longer custom. Now it's a standard card. So it's pretty simple. And I actually already did it. You can see if you go to my Lovelace right here, my main floor AC and my upstairs AC. I just quickly set those up since I already had climate components or climate entities. So that's the important part of those, is that you have to have there we are. You have to have your climate entities already set up. So, but once you have a thermostat, or once you have a climate entity set up, it's as simple as this to get this to show up, and then you can adjust it. You know, this is off right now, so none of it's going to come on. I don't think, right? It's not ever going to come on. Right now, it's set to cool, but it's not actually on because I've got it set to not turn on until it's 90 degrees. So if I turned it down below here, now it'll probably turn on. Nope. See, it just turned on the air conditioning. This fan icon, I wonder if that's going to turn on or not. But anyways, it should kick on. Trying to listen for it. Oh, and then I turned it off. Oh, okay. So all that does is turn it off. Oh, okay. That's cool. So anyways, yeah, that's super simple, super nice and easy to adjust, right? So then I just turned it back off, whatever. Anyways, that's how it works. It's a pretty simple one. Here's the alarm panel, what it looks like. We'll talk about that next time. We're getting close to the end. What else? I know somebody wanted to hear about thermostat. That's it. It's like that simple. The important part is that you have to have this climate thing already set up in your configuration, which I do, so we can look at that. Okay, so this is mine, and I just did this video, so you can go back and check that out. But essentially, it's you set up a switch and a sensor for where your temperature is coming from. This is what's going to show up on the gauge as the minimum and the maximum. And then we talked about some of these other things: cycle duration, interrupt, or initial operation mode, whether you want it to start out as on or off when you first start up. Yeah. Does that make some sense? Okay. Let's see. What other cards are new that we can talk about? History graph we talked about before. Glance cards are pretty cool. Glance cards are nice because it takes them, squeezes a bunch of entities in a small place like this. So I like those. Markdown, you can just write some text, right? That's it. Just write some text, nothing else. Sensors. Oh, this is cool. So you can have, so we could probably do a temperature. Should we create a quick temperature sensor graph? Yeah, let's do. All right. Let's go to my Lovelace and we'll go to, where should we put it? Where should we put this? Should we put it just on this main office page? This main office page is getting kind of bogged down, but whatever, we'll put it here anyways. Okay. So we'll go right here and we'll do another type and we'll do sensor. And then I'm gonna have to look at this because I haven't set one of these up before. So sensor, we need an entity. So let's pick the entity we want. Oh, I want temperature. Oh, service. Oh, yeah. No, I want state. Should be on the states page. Then I can find it. I want to see like what my outdoor temperature does. So let's find. We could see. Should we do a boys' toilet seat up and down? Let's just do it for fun. Binary sensor boys' toilet. I wonder if it'll let me do that over time. We'll see. Okay. We're going to try sensor and then entity. And then we're going to do binary sensor. Did I spell that wrong? Boys' toilet. Come on, man. Oh, it's a binary, that's why. There we go. Okay, so we can just copy and paste this now, make it easier. Make it easy on the old man. Okay, binary sensor. Then let's see, what other options does it give us here for sensor? We can do a name. We can do an icon. We're going to do a graph. Optional, none, or line. So we're going to do graph and line and see what happens. This should be fun. Okay. I'm not going to do any of the other stuff. We'll just see. Oh, hours to show. And default's 24. Okay, fine. In the last 24 hours, how often was the toilet seat up or down? Oh, why is that so funny? Okay. Oh, we broke it. Look at that. That's what happens when it breaks. Yeah, I guess it doesn't. It needs to be a sensor. It doesn't look like it will work with a binary sensor. Good morning from Denmark. Early voting for me is only Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Oh, you guys are talking about voting. Cool. All right, so it can't be a binary sensor. We've just shown that because it says specify an entity from within the sensor domain. Yep, sure enough. Has to be a sensor. Okay. Well, that's fine. We have sensors too. We can do I want a sensor that's going to show me where's my like temperature, date and time, my batteries, girl's bedroom, sensor dot temp. Don't I have theater windows? Come on, man. Let's just look through here and find a sensor. Oh, if I do this, it'll make the list smaller. Get rid of that. Sensor. Average kids temp. There we go. Backyard blink temperature. That'll be a good one. This is the temperature off that blink camera in the backyard. Right there. Sensor backyard blink temperature. Okay, great. Let's see how that one works. This should work. I'm feeling better about this one. Oh, we're going to have to go back to Lovelace because I used my window for something else. There we go. There's my backyard blink temperature. That's cool, right? You can put stuff on there. Let's look at some of the other things you can put on there. So, accuracy, amount of data points on the graph, hours to show, line color, width, height of the graph, unit of measurement. I do want to put the unit of measurement on there. let's put unit. I bet you I have to put it in quotes. Something like that. Let's see what happens. Yeah, that's all it did. That just tells you the current temp, right? Oh, it was already there. That's if you wanted it to be different. Oh, that didn't help. Wyoming, Oklahoma, how's it going? South Africa, Finland, how's it going, guys? Well, let's see. Anything else? Do you want to? Let's close out some of the stuff we were looking at with Lovelace. The sensor stuff's pretty cool. You can do a lot of things there. Anything else? Plant status, thermostat, vertical stack, weather forecast. I think I covered most of the rest of these in the video about Lovelace. Iframe's really useful. Map is fun. History graph. I like history graph, but it's similar to this, really. I guess history graph is going to be a little bit different. Oh, it'll show these instead of a. It'll show a bar instead of a line. Okay, that's cool. All right. Well, I hope that was helpful to you guys about for some Lovelace stuff. Can I play stuff off Amazon account through Volumio? Good question. Only if you download it. So as of right now, as far as I know, Volumio doesn't have an add-on for Amazon Music. It would be what you're looking for. There's an add-on for Spotify. There's not even an add-on for Pandora, unfortunately. But I wish there was. We use a lot of Pandora. But if you have Spotify, the other thing about Volumio is there's a lot of free web radio stations that are packaged in there. You can click on and see what you like or what works. But the way to do it, if you have Amazon Music, you'd have to download the music and then put it in an MP3 format somewhere. So thanks for teeing up questions for me, Elian. All right, guys. Last couple of things. What cheap cameras work with Home Assistant? So Wise cameras have been on the rise, and putting a new firmware on them and using them has been something I've been curious about. Today, I may be backing off that a little because Rob, the hookup Rob, has tried it, and he said his Wise Cam pan tilt has been a little flaky. But yeah, I think the cheapest cameras that you can get that would work with Home Assistant will be those cameras. Now, what about, we're going to have to do a whole video on cameras, but what about, what are you guys doing for video processing? You can just put the camera straight into Home Assistant. When you start getting a lot of cameras, you're going to start making your Pi work pretty hard. So what a lot of people do is use something like iSpy, ZoneMinder, Blue Iris, and those would run on a different machine, on a different computer that's a bit more powerful, can do some more processing of the images to do things like motion detection in certain zones and recording and those kinds of things. And then you can just have a URL from those cameras from that system that Home Assistant will read, just a URL. So I know that's not a lot of good information in that, but maybe the chat here can give you some more ideas about good cheap cameras. So Amazon products show, yes. What do you got here? What do we got? Oh, okay. There you go. PoE cameras. Oh, that reminds me. I actually have one that somebody sent me. This is a camera that I've just barely gotten out of the box that I haven't even tried yet. It looks very similar though, doesn't it? They're probably a lot of the same ones. This one is a DrZzs. This is a PoE camera that I'm going to get hooked up at some point. But anyways, all right, guys, it's time. TinyCam Pro and forward it to Home Assistant. Cool. TinyCam Pro. All right. Let's do, you want a link for this? Oh, somebody already gave a link for that. All right, here we go. It is time for the kids to come in and do the sign out. That was a good stream. That was a good format. We'll keep working on it. If you guys want to take continue the discussion once the chat has disappeared, I will let me send you a link to this live stream chat. Edit. I hear the kids outside. Okay. All right. So you can go to this Discord channel, and whatever discussions you're having, you can keep them going. All right. Here comes the kids. I hear them. Come on in. Come on in. Oh, no. You can't. No, girls. Okay. Okay. All right. Anyways, thanks for being here. Thanks for voting. Oh, and that reminds me, we're going to open up the voting. We can do it right now. Should we? Let's do it right now. We're going to start. This will be the poll for the next live stream. And these are the potential topics. I'll give you 4 topics that I think I'd be ready to talk about, and then give you a category for other, so that you can talk about, you can list other things. Oh, somebody wanted to know how many licks to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop with bacon wrapped silk or something like that. I'm sorry, couldn't get to that one. Didn't have enough time. Anyways, so I'll make this live, and we can start taking votes for next week. All right. Sound good? Thanks, everybody. Here we go. We got monkeys. We got monkeys here that just got out of the shower.
Holly, hey,
Holly Marie. Thanks for being here, fellas. Thanks for being here. It's a good time.
Wet hair.
Wet hair. Kids just got out of the shower.
Just me and Holly.
Okay. All right. So I got 3 of them. When I say go, then it's, as always, thanks for watching. Until next time, adios. Okay?
Ready?
All right. You ready? Time to sign off.
As always, thanks for watching. Until next time, adios.
Okay. Happy Sunday, everybody. See you later.
Happy Sunday!
See ya. Thanks.